Hey Brent, how are you? Good to see you.
Very good, Avi. Pleasure to meet you. I'm excited to see DOConvert today. I saw you guys on LinkedIn on IDP, the IDP news, so I was excited to see what you guys have. So thanks for the demo today.
Sure, no problem. So let's dive in. So this is the system. Let's start with the data ingestion. So for now, we have a listener on an email. So there's a bunch of documents like POs, invoices, packing list, etc. So I just send them to the list.
Got it. Yeah. So there's mixed sorts. So your system can use a classifier to figure out what each is and apply the right template. Is that basically what you're showing here with the email?
Classify the right. Yeah, classify the right document and then extract the correct data. Leaning on.
And I know there's other ways to import SFTP. You got an API, and you can also manually drag and drop import. I see that. So
exactly, it's your choice. So here we're waiting for the notification. You can see them already starting to get in. So I just choose one document randomly, and you can see the data was extracted in yellow on the left. Same for here. The total, the amount, you can see more invoices are coming. You can see this PO with all the data marked on the left. You can see even in the lines that already extracted with some symbols. We did post-process. I can show you later how to fix that too, because it was pre-ready. And if you saw, we do have one document that hasn't classified well because it couldn't match the template. In this situation, what we do, we go on the fix, and you have the steps here. In this document, you see the template match, and each step has its own inputs. So I go to the fix, then I see it's a packing list. So I go into my template type for the packing list. Then I see I don't have any templates yet. So I just go for the test icon, then create new template. This is a preset that I already set up for this packing list. So now I already have the digitized document. So I can go hover and just click on the left, click on the mouse, and just pick the right content. The total weight is in the second page. So I just go for the title and the content. Same here, total and the content. Then I go save. In the third step, I mark the table area. So I mark it here. So the DOConvert can recognize the end and the start of the table. Here I can say if it's a row or not. Then what I need to do is actually match the titles that the system is extracted. So the ITM, and then the DN, the product code is product code.
Yeah.
The
so you're mapping
description.
The columns. Cool. Yeah.
Exactly. Same here, quantity. Then I go save. Then I have all the data extracted. Very good. Then I can go to the error queue and go and fix it. And then I can go for the packing list. And you can see I already have the test icon. Then I go set, and it's in the import documents. This is the test icon. So I go and see this. Yeah, so I see here all the data.
This is a human in the loop. Yeah, so this is a human in the loop editing index data verification, and then the import docs is your batch manager, so to speak.
Yeah, so you can train it on the fly and have the extraction already. So let's say the date can't really go like this to the system of record. So I can go to the template again and then do the post process on the date from the interface. So I can choose here in the post process rules. So I can choose it by date, and then I can go and map it with the right
regex, formatting,
exactly. So now I want it like this, to have it with the 4 here, and then I can see it here. So I have the same number here. And if I go to my document, so I can go to re-import, and then you can see that the date now is good. And then I can do complete import, and you can see the JSON. And you can choose in the setting very easily which output you want to create. So you can have JSON, XML, and CSV. and you can choose the integration that you want. Now it's in my local environment, but you can go by API, Oracle, Salesforce, etc. Here you can translate tables like SKU from the client and from the vendors. You can get like if it's a purchase order, so you can extract the address and then make the address as a code to know like which branch to send the goods. And same if you get some purchase order, so you can choose which storage they need to prepare the goods. So then you can actually put it in every place that you want. Same happening here.
So
If I
that's like,
go for the
so that's like a database lookup table. Like if you want to grab a SKU and then populate the product name, something like that.
exactly
Right? A translation. Yep.
or,
Okay.
yeah, and you can see it here. Let's say I have in the tax the dollar, and I don't want to have it here because, and same for the date. So I can go here and do the post process for the amount. Let's say, so I can have the taxes. I go here and I choose to put it as a number, and then it removes everything that not really needed. Same for the pricing in the table. Very easy. You can go like even more complex when you have a regex to use, but this is in general. And same for the date. I can go for the dates because most of the system records can't really recognize it like this. So I can go and post process. So I can do it
Yeah,
like
so you
this.
could basically put different transformations on
Yeah,
the actual
yeah,
field values.
yeah.
So
And
parsing characters out, if you got a rogue period or a comma before the value, or to
yeah,
your point there, removing things like dollars, because when you push that to a database, the database doesn't really want the dollar symbol. Pretty cool how you did that.
yeah, and you have
Really
the template. So another advantage, you can do any documents you want because all you need to do is to add document type. You can get the name. You can, if you have an integration into an ERP, so you can choose which screen to write in. Then you can have the field name. You can go name and the property name that you wanna import, and then you can
right.
have a validation here of the data.
Field
You
type.
can have it required or not,
Required.
and then like set it up, and then you can have like in the packing list, so you can see these ones
Yep.
here, what required, what not, and if there's something else.
And you built that on the fly using that point and click OCR
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
function.
Now I can add, let's say, another field that's called test, just for the to show you, and then I can go save. And when I go here, I have now another mapping. I don't have the columns here, but now I can choose another column
Right.
to add it.
And it's very quick. I've noticed the responsiveness to the interface and the documents loading are very, very quick. So this is offered in SaaS, and both can be on premise, but probably SaaS is preferred. I asked you about OCR, so you do use Tesseract, you do use computer vision and Google Vision.
Right.
And I guess pricing is based on page, no concurrent users, unlimited concurrent users, but it is page based.
Yeah, we do have some tiers for the pages pricing, and that's include the users amount. Yeah, that you can.
And then you got the search on the top that allows you to search for batches that are already in process. Is that
What do you mean?
that search box there at the top?
Yeah, you can search for like a packing list. You can
Okay.
search for like numbers here.
Oh, so it makes it easier to find batches.
Yeah,
And
yeah. You see now
okay.
PO test, so I already have now here. I don't have that much data because I cleaned the system for the demo. But you can search for like the numbers. You can search by names. It's an elastic search. Yeah.
What's that performance stats there? Is that a little bit of reporting, or is that more of like, hey,
In this one,
yeah,
it's a reporting to know like how much do you have in the package for a monthly or it's an yearly, and you can share it with your with your managers if you want, so to show them the data. But in general, it's just like follow upping on how much have you used this month.
yep,
Same here, you can see here how many documents are
credits.
scanned by OCR and how many tokens I have in like digital documents.
Now, in terms
Mm,
of additional reporting, I mean, if this was on premise, theoretically, the database, right? We could, put any BI tool on that. Do
sure.
you offer any other reporting capabilities out of the box, or is that more of a professional services?
Yeah, we do have a compliance. We can compare it to data that we're connecting into the database. In like in on-premise situation, we can write into a middle database, like you said before. But yeah, we do have some compliance that we can check the data from your database and compare it to the documents, like an IP invoice, so you can see the PO and see if it's match or not.
And I did notice so your invoice and you say template, you built that, but it does offer pagination. So if that table data does roll to multiple pages, you have no issue grabbing that. I saw, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
pretty
sure.
cool.
We have a solution for several pages. So you can see here, you can see we do have a header and footer, so you can go and mark it. So if anything happen, and like sometimes you have a row that really deleted or split it, so the system can know how to take it properly.
Yeah, so this approach is, this is a typical traditional approach, which is you're basically building,
Yeah,
and you say template, I say more of a layout style, but you're basically creating definitions, general definitions, and then if that general definition doesn't work on something, you create a vendor specific definition, or in this case, template. But it's really not a template because stuff probably moves around and
yeah. I
um,
mean, we don't work on pixels,
yeah.
so it can be elastic. So we do have the content that extracted, so we can look at it in the document. So it's not has to be in the right position because we know it's changing in the supply chain documents. Sometimes you have a long description, sometimes you have several lines. So, there is a lot of use cases.
So in terms of you said, hey, you're hosted in AWS. It's commercially a very easy product to get into. From a user perspective, do you have any type of like SAML or LDAP authentication for employees that are part of a network or anything like that to log in here, or is it mostly like DOConvert security model for your users?
Yeah, we do have security models. It depends again if it's a SaaS or on-prem,
Mm-hmm.
but in general, we do have the firewall and opening by IP, so that can be secure too.
Okay, so
Uh,
you can blacklist or whitelist IPs.
exactly,
That's good.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. I think, it's a pretty simplistic. I know on the user side, you also have the human in the loop you were showing. So that's the concept of you can either be a viewer or an editor.
Exactly. Yeah. So you have here users that can be viewer or editor. So you can send a notification from the notification center and then add the email. So the person, if let's say a PO packing list is entering, so you can send a notification for review. And after the person is reviewing, you can go for complete import and then import it, and then that will be done.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
again,
So
we
the
do have more validation to make it accurate. So you can change it from here
Yep.
manually if
I
you want.
like that.
Add
In fact,
add
a
data.
lot are batch based, so you can't see the changes you made to the template model immediately, like you're showing this preview kind of thing. That
Yeah, but
that
again, you
OCR,
can
yep,
re-import
re-import,
and then see the changes from the template, from the layers, and then send
which
it
is
again to the
unique.
complete.
A lot of the batch, you have to actually make the change in the admin console, promote it, and
Yeah.
then promote the batch to the new version, and it can be problematic.
Yeah,
What else
and,
can
and,
you
and
do there? Can you import data in Docs? I saw in that Eclipse there's
yeah,
import data. Is
yeah.
that allows you to import like just
Yeah, you
JSON
can see
data?
the JSON. Yeah,
Oh,
you can choose the JSON. And you can choose the format if you want it in table, in like rows or table. So this is
oh,
like all
so
the
that out.
rows.
Oh, that outputs the data in JSON. So if you
Yeah,
just
you can
wanted to
choose
output the
now.
data quickly,
Yeah, let's make
interesting.
it XML now.
Oh,
So
I see.
so now I can import um
Download,
download
import
import.
data. Yeah,
Now yeah, now you can
XML.
see an
Right.
XML.
Pretty
Yeah, it's
cool.
opening.
JSON's an
Yeah.
XML kind of file
Yeah,
anyway.
and CSV too. And one more thing, like sometimes you have like very similar documents, so you can even clone things, and then like all the rules and the post process come with you to the next
Right.
layers, and then you can just like almost copycat and use it simply.
Very neat. Yeah, it's a very simplistic. If you're looking for something that's very easy to use, it's quick. In fact, it's very quick, to the point where usually when you load a document, it takes a few seconds. Here, it's almost instantaneous.
Yeah.
I know you're running it on a Mac. Maybe that's part of the part of why that's happening. So it looks obviously full browser experience. It doesn't matter if it's a Mac or Windows, Linux. On-premise, you said Linux or Windows for on-premise. So it looks like manual import you can do from a Mac. So if you had like drag and drop or something like that, you could do
Yeah,
that
you
right
have,
from a Mac.
yeah, you already have like the classification. Let's say I can drop just like a document and he can classify. I go for the manual import,
Mm-hmm.
then I can just like drag the
Right.
file, and he can classify the template and the document itself. So that can
It's nice. A
be,
lot of systems don't support Mac. Yeah, maybe viewing it and opening up a document, but not actually
yeah,
importing
you
right
see now
from
it's like choose the template
the
and the right template type.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see like all the data here. Same, we do have here a post process, like I told you, for
Right.
the dates, for everything.
Right. So you can, it's a simple, you don't have to like have a separate workflow module to build this complex workflows. You're just
Right.
transforming the data using, replace. It looked like you had replace. There was a date format and a field type, so you can change field types, strings to numeric, and I see that. That's pretty cool. Very simple. Yeah. Well, Avi,
Yeah.
this is great. I appreciate the demonstration and look forward to posting this on LinkedIn.
Thank you very much, Brent.
Thank you.